Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. This is your skeleton crew. We've got Will from Padawan Pops and me. I am also back. And today we are talking about Skeleton Crew episode 7. I think it was called something like We're Gonna Be in So Much Trouble or something like
Yeah,
that.
like we're in serious trouble or something like that.
Yeah, which I guess was kind of a recurring theme this episode was like Fern's mom telling her like I know you're worried you're in trouble, but
Yeah,
just,
you're not.
come home. Yeah. Yeah. So we just started talking about it a second ago, and you were saying that you liked it.
I did, yeah. So here's the thing though, with liking this one, is it the best episode of the whole season? No,
No.
it's not even close, but
Yeah.
it did what it needed to do, which is get us from not at not ready for the finale to ready for the finale. So everyone's
I
true
don't feel
colors are
ready
out
for
there.
the. I don't know. I don't feel ready for the finale. And you don't think Jod's going to get his redeeming moment in the end?
Oh no, no, no. His I'm pretty sure his
Mm,
colors have been shown
okay.
and someone's gonna stomp him out. I think this it'll be the supervisor, and I think the supervisor probably either knows Jod or is like Grand Admiral Thrawn or something crazy like that.
Interesting. Interesting. So you think Jod's at the point of no turning back?
Oh yeah, yeah, he's done.
So you
At
think
least
he's
as
like,
a good guy.
right. So you think he's the Han Solo if Han Solo didn't kind of unsolo
I
at
mean, I
the
think
end?
he's like, I wouldn't even go that far. I think he's like never been good. He's been putting on the biggest charade the whole time. Like when he told the kids that they were all annoying and he never liked them the whole time. He's bad.
Really? That's so
Yeah,
disappointing. I thought we were going to get a nice John Silver moment.
I
I
don't. I mean,
have
we could. I just don't think so.
I've been misled. I don't know. I was disappointed by this episode, to be honest with you, Will, because I was led to believe this was going to be a backstory episode for Jod.
That was the rumors, and like, didn't Jude
Yeah.
Law say something that he had a backstory episode or something? So I guess
And
maybe
that
it's the end.
and that this episode was his favorite episode to shoot. But now I'm like, why? Why was it your favorite? Not
I
Jod's best
wonder.
day.
Well, I was just gonna say, I wonder, like, now I've never been an actor, but you know how they just show up and they shoot a ton of stuff and it's not necessarily in order? I
Yeah,
wonder if he even knew which episode he was shooting.
that's true. That is true. I forget to think about that. I always think they like have like, okay, today we're shooting episode 2, but it's not like that, I guess.
Yeah.
They try to
I
layer
mean, as far
everyone's
as I know.
schedules. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got some comments already, so let's say hi to the
Hey.
party peeps. So Steve is here getting ready for this one. It's been a while since I looked forward to a show this much. See y'all in a bit. Hopefully you were not disappointed by today's episode, Steve, like I was. Joshua says hello. Yeah, it's feeling more like he will be the villain in the end. Laughing at Unsolo. Kevin is in the live chat. He says, I
Hey.
think we're finally seeing Jod not pretending.
Yeah, this is the true Jod.
That's such a bummer. Steve says he liked getting to use a lightsaber. But you know what I
Yep.
realized watching him use a lightsaber? He doesn't know how to use a lightsaber.
He's not a he wasn't ever a Jedi, was he?
But we were so given that impression when he force pulled the lightsaber to him, and then he just the way I don't know,
Right.
you just it sounded like he knew what he was doing. But when he was like, "I'm gonna carve up your parents
Yep.
piece by
It looked
piece,"
clumsy.
it did like he did not know what he
Yeah.
was doing. So I thought we were gonna get like a Jedi backstory, or Eric, our friend Eric from Sour Speed Reviews,
Yeah.
had this theory that his mom was a Jedi, Nina
Yeah.
Nawood, and that she had like trained him, but he was never actually officially formally trained as a Jedi, which I thought made sense for him.
Yeah. I think he's
Mm.
just a pretender. Like he's been around so much, he just knows how to like be a chameleon with every situation.
But he does have the Force though, is the thing.
Well,
Like
yeah, yeah. I mean, he
we
can
know
have
that.
that and
Yeah.
still be charismatic. And I mean, imagine if like someone like Han Solo had the Force the whole time. Like he would
That
be
would
up
be
to no
so
good.
But it would be so weird though, because it just, I don't know, you don't think of those two things going together, like a scoundrel wielding the force. Maybe that's why they Lucasfilm did it is because it would feel unique and like
Yeah.
something new. Brick is here. What up, guys? Hey, Brick. Thanks for tuning in. You and Grogu in your profile picture. So Will pulled some screenshots for us. Oh, well, this one's the only one I pulled.
I did
Of
not pull
course,
that one.
of course, I put it at the very beginning. Well, to be fair, I did it because chronologically, the
Yeah.
episode opens this way. So the parents are running through the woods trying to get their communication device, and they're running away from the droids who have flashlights. And I got such ET vibes
Hmm.
from when the kids are in the forest trying to get their little
Yep.
makeshift communication device, and they're also running away from the authorities. So similar. Like there was no way they didn't have that scene from ET in mind when they shot that, right?
I agree. It's like one of those other 80s callbacks. They just it's almost felt
Yeah.
so natural everything they're doing. It's pretty cool.
I think they are very intentionally paying homage to the Goonies, which I haven't actually seen, and E.T. as like very classic 80s adventure films. Yeah, I haven't seen the Goonies, but I saw last week that the chute that they went down, and I think it was at the end of episode 5.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
the end
was.
of episode 5 is like a reference to the Goonies and something similar happening.
Also, isn't wasn't Sean Astin Renaud or Rennet or whatever the pirate's name is? Isn't that the guy who was in the holocron, and he's in the Goonies too? So
Oh, really? Oh,
pretty
and
sure.
then Ron Renaud is like the director's last name spelled
Name
backwards.
backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Lots
that's a
of
reference.
tie-ins there.
Yeah, but I couldn't help but think of ET, and I haven't seen ET in so long, but yeah, identical imagery. Brick says, Grogu says hi, lol. Grogu, aren't you shooting the Mando movie right now? How do you have so
Should
much
be.
downtime? Savage says, looking forward to Jod getting laid out in the finale. What if the
Yep.
supervisor is a Jedi? Yeah,
That
the super
supervisor is gonna take is he's gonna mean business.
very mysterious. I wonder if it's gonna be just to bring in another reference. I wonder if it's gonna be like in Wally, how the captain turns out to just be like the AI. I wonder if that's gonna be
Yeah. I
maybe.
bet they don't Easter egg back to Wally in this show.
Yeah.
They
I
could.
guess we'll
I
see.
don't know.
We'll see. Okay, but you pulled this image. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of going through some scenes, and I did not pull them in chronological order, but just going through some scenes that were crazy. Like I did not expect this when 33 started going towards Jod. Um, I
Mm,
didn't think he was gonna get his head lobbed off. Yeah, I
you
thought
think that
maybe
was
Jod would like force push him or something, but that was kind of unexpected.
do you think this was his point of no return of like, okay, this guy's definitely the bad guy?
I think it's when we know he certainly means business.
Yeah. Not only that, but he killed Brutus, the only other potential
Oh,
bad guy.
yeah. No, he did. That was pretty intense too. Like I thought the kids were gonna end up accidentally killing him or something.
Oh no, that would be
And like with the claw,
yeah,
and
that'd be
then
so
Jod
dark.
just like walks up and shot him. That was crazy too. And then this. So I mean, it tells you
Yeah.
he's like cold blooded at this point.
Yeah. He's a pirate through and through, it turns out. But I thought, we were talking about him being like Jack Sparrow last week and getting his Jack Sparrow moment. But now it's like Jack Sparrow came back and was a good guy in the end. He turned out to be a hero, and I guess
Right.
Jod is not going to go that course, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
think it's sad.
Also, think about where Jod started, though. In episode one, the very first thing we see him do is like put someone out into space, like when he's Captain Silvo in the first 30 seconds of the show. So, technically, the show is kind of bookended by the true Jod, if you look at it that way.
Yeah. But because they make him humorous, like even in this episode, they have the part where the kids claims he's on that ship because he has claims
Uh,
he's on the frigate.
the
What's the other
frigate,
ship called?
and
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a name on that, but the Onyx Cinder, he wants it. And they do
Yeah.
unclaimsies on him or something like that, or reclaimsies.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm afraid that's not how it works. And then
Yeah,
33 is like, it's not, but it's good enough. I loved that part.
close enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
close enough. It'd be close enough. It harkened back to Pirates of the Caribbean and like
Hmm.
the guidelines. and how
Mm-hmm.
like nobody actually follows. They're more like guidelines
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
The pirate code. Steve says at the Mr. I rat survived. And yeah, he straight
Yep.
up murdered Brutus. Yeah. Kind of surprising. I was so sad about 33 because we've seen him die like 4 different times now. And he always
This
comes
one
back.
seems this one seems final.
I hate that. I loved him so much. And I never loved him more than when he punched Jod in the face with his helmet on. And
Yeah.
that's them trying to make light of the moment and trying to make Jod the funny character, which makes me think he's not the bad guy, but how can he not be after, he like decapitated 33 and then killed Brutus in cold blood, and yeah, I don't know. I guess he
Yeah.
is the bad guy. I'm
He's the
still in
bad guy.
denial.
He is.
Oh, well, okay, here's another screen grab you got. And you don't tell
Yeah.
anyone else where you're from.
Yeah, that's big, right? Like, it's the first thing they messed up because they didn't know. But this is the first time we realized that the adults are also in on this whole Atten
Secret.
conspiracy. We've thought
Mm-hmm.
everyone had no clue what they were doing and just kind of living in, almost like a quasi North Korea state where they have no clue what's happening. But really,
Mm-hmm.
they're all in on it and they learn once they graduate high school. And I think
Yeah.
that is so interesting. And then when Jod went oops or something like that when they say that line, I thought that was funny.
Yeah. There were a lot of funny moments, it was very much needed in this episode because otherwise it would have been a very, very dreary, not
Right.
dreary, like just dark and not very like whimsical. So the kids brought the humor. Kevin
Yeah.
says, I have a feeling he'll be back in the end. Oh, he means 33.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Interesting.
I hope so. I really liked
I mean,
33.
he
He was
keeps
so
coming
funny.
back, so.
I know. He has to come back one last time before
Hey,
the
so
show's over.
I want to ask you, so with this screenshot, like the don't tell anyone where you're from, well, you should have learned when you were older, some all that kind of secretive stuff with it. Where do you think Atten is tying into now? Now that like everybody's on board with this whole mint thing, like where do you think this is going?
Where do I think this is going? I don't know because I don't know how they got there. I don't know who started it. I don't know why. Uh, I don't know even what they tell the parents when they graduate or the citizens when they graduate. Yeah, I really don't know. Do you have some thoughts?
I'm at the same point where like the whole season, it's like, man, something big's got to be going on, but you don't know who. But I feel like it's going to be a huge reveal in the next episode once we figure out what they're finally up to. They're pretty open with the Republic. Jod said it's been missing for hundreds of years, so we kind of got a time stamp on it versus thousands. I mean, that's kind of a big deal, I suppose. So is this all like a Plagueis going back thing? Like, because I don't think this is a Galactic Republic thing. There's some kind of charade going on, even with the Atten people,
Oh, you
and
think
it makes you
Plagueis is
wonder,
tied to it
or something like that.
somehow?
You know?
Yeah. Or I guess, I don't know. Maybe like hidden empire people trying to fund. But would they have been funding it for hundreds of years? Is this potentially how the separatist army got funded?
It makes you wonder, like how far back in the banking clan type stuff, all that. I mean, that they can kind of write their own lore and canon to an extent on this because it is new, but it does make you wonder because it's nothing to do with the Republic, the New Republic, the Galactic Republic.
Yeah.
Probably not the Old Republic. I feel like they think they're making Old Republic credits, but they're not.
Hmm.
It's just a
But
very
someone calls it
interesting
a
thing.
gold. You remember early on when they
The
buy
dataries,
food?
yeah.
Yeah. And someone
So
calls it
I
an
I
Old
don't know.
Republic credit.
Yeah, and there's just a lot to it that can make you go either way. But also, Thrawn, you look at that ship that not the Chimera, but the ship that they go get him in. There's like gold all over it that Morgan Elsbeth had. I mean, where is she getting all this gold from? So there's a
Hmm.
lot of possibilities for this planet. I think it's
Interesting.
interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so you're theorizing there's some ties here to the larger Star Wars story.
Something.
That is interesting. I do wonder. And you pulled this one when Todd goes crazy when he sees the money.
He finally got it. He's been hungry forever, and now he's got some money.
Not to be
Yeah.
nitpicky, but I was confused by the physics in this scene because he pulls one off the
Yeah.
top, and then suddenly they're all like raining down, which I think all the data rays in this are like CGI, but it just
Oh, this, yeah.
well, obviously in the giant vault, that whole thing is CGI, but specifically when they fall down on his face,
Hmm.
I think those are CGI, don't you think? Or you
This
think those
episode
were
was
real?
full of CGI, if you notice. But yeah, I do think you're probably right there. Or either it's like a bunch of little blue chips falling and then they, turn them gold or something like that. But
Yeah, because they're
I
not
thought it was
even
funny though.
sparkling. Like they're not sparkling on
No,
his face. You'd think they would reflect on his face more. This is a little nitpicky like film thing that I'm like, I don't know. I was wondering what it was, and but it doesn't make sense that he pulls one off the top and now there's like a waterfall of data rays. It didn't make sense to me, so that
right.
took me out of it for a minute. Steve says, theory time. Some sort of connection between the supervisor and Jod, his dad, maybe. So much of the show is a parent-child relationship story. Could it be Jod was taken from At Aten by the Jedi?
Be interesting.
Huh.
Leave it up to
Yeah.
those Jedi to kidnap another kid,
yet
turn him into a
yet another.
pirate.
Yeah. So we got the reveal in this episode that the Onyx Cinder is the key to At Aten because it's an At Aten ship. Did you
Right,
follow that
rented.
storyline?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was super smart. Somehow rented had an AT-AT ship. So did he get it before the planet went missing? Because we still don't know like how old SM-33 is and all that. We don't know when all that went down officially. So it some shape, form, or fashion, either he got through and then stole the ship like he was going to get out with it, but then he didn't make it out, right? So it crash lands, or he stole one from outside and took it back into AT-AT. That's to me, that's the only two explanations.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to reveal how he managed that. Steve says, not kidnapped. He is force sensitive. It's a long shot for sure. Yeah, I don't know about the supervisor being Jod's dad. I don't know because I don't know.
I
I
think it's
feel
going to be
like,
rented.
oh, you think so? We didn't
That's
get
a
to
fun
see him.
theory I've been seeing is like he crash lands and like he sends 33
Mm,
away and he just hangs
yeah.
around with all the money and then he like comes up with this charade of a story of what what they're doing with it.
I feel like that's more likely. That's that's a potential theory. You should make that a video. I feel like
Oh,
that's a legit.
that's some effort. I don't know.
Just clip this out. There you go.
Yeah.
Joshua says, or he stole it from at Akron where they got the coordinates.
I
Maybe.
like that.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. Here's another picture you pulled. This is from the very end scene when the
Yeah.
kids and the parents are united, and then Jod kind of waddles up.
I thought this was a really cool shot. It shows how big the vault was just in general, which is crazy. Like when they're going down into it and the kind of the stones rolling back, if you will. It didn't seem that big. And then they did this zoom out shot and it's like, whoa, that's really tall. Um, and so that sets up our next episode. You've got the parents face to face with an evil guy with a lightsaber. The kids are there, they're all together, but they still have some adventure left. So I'm really excited to see how they get out of this situation in episode 7. Maybe this
Yeah.
is where 33 comes out of that ship.
Oh, you think?
How else are they going to get away?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. The return, somehow SM-33 returned.
He just keeps
Um,
coming back.
but that would be a good t-shirt actually. Somehow
Somehow.
SM-33 returned. That's kind of his thing. But okay, so say it's next Tuesday. It's a week from today. And it's 9 p.m. You're sitting down to watch Skeleton Crew season finale. What's the opening scene?
Um, well, the obvious is it opens right here. But Star Wars doesn't always do that. Shadow Warrior with Ahsoka, it doesn't start with Ahsoka in the World Between Worlds. It starts with Hera and Huyang and Jason Syndulla and all that. So you would think it starts here, but maybe it starts from another perspective. Maybe it's the supervisor getting ready to go clean up shop down in the vaults. I don't know.
Okay, but say it does start out here. What happens? You think Jod stabs a parent?
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's pretty bad. Um, Surely one of the parents don't make a run at him though. I feel like one of the kids would would do that first. Wim or Fern. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to show up to help him. I don't think this group of people is just getting away.
Yeah, because I don't see how they would. This is like four adults or five, I don't remember how many adults, and four kids basically from Earth, like the
Right.
Star Wars Earth planet. Like they can't defend themselves. Joshua, I like
No.
this suggestion. Maybe it does start with a Jod flashback. I would be happy to get a Jod
Yeah.
flashback.
Joshua needs to make a theory video. He's got some good stuff going this week.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. We didn't get our flashback today, but maybe we won't now that he's like actually a villain.
What if there's never a flashback?
That seems like such a waste, I feel, because well, maybe not so much anymore because again, Jod's a villain. I think he's got to lose and we can't root for him, but I I thought this whole episode was going to be a Jod flashback scene and we were going to get some answers as to like why he has the force and I just and how he became a pirate. I thought we were going to learn more. So, I would probably to be honest with you, I would probably rate this episode the lowest, not because it was bad, but because it was really tarnished by my disappointment in like I just had different expectations for this episode.
I will say too, following up 5 and 6 was going to be hard. I mean, that momentum was just going too from those 2 episodes.
Those were such good episodes.
I have this
And
one above episode 2. Episode 2 is my least favorite. 3 is
mm,
where they meet the bird woman. 4 is the Hunger Games planet or Divergent. Then 5 and
mhm.
6 were really good. So I would put this one ahead of 2 and 4.
Okay, but rank it from 1 to 10.
It's a 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah, 7.5. Sorry, the dog's like jumping off the couch and
No,
drinking
you're
water.
good.
I don't know. One dog went to bed and one stayed hanging out with me.
Aw. I would probably rank this episode probably a 4. It's really low for me.
4.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like
Yeah.
that's low.
Yeah. Well, I just don't know what to like about it, to be honest. I'm sorry if you're watching this and you really like, if this was
Man,
your favorite episode, I apologize. But I don't know. I thought it was going to be something cool about Jod. I don't know.
this is getting Book of Boba Fett treatment.
I mean, I just loved episodes 5 and 6 so much. So much. They were so fun, so
Hmm.
adventure so Treasure Planet slash Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
And then we get this one, and 733 dies.
it's a
And
setup. It's a setup
I'm going to
episode.
look at it that way. I'm going to look at it as Skeleton Crew Season 1 Finale Part 1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reserve my judgment until they can close the. I say that after I've judged it for
After you gave it a
23
4.
minutes. Yeah. But I want to see how they conclude it. Maybe it pays off everything they did this episode. Steve says, I'd be honestly thrilled if there are no flashbacks. These shows have relied far too much on flashbacks to explain away things the story itself should. I dig it. That's fair. That's
I
fair. I
like
just,
that.
yeah. I can't disagree with you, but I just love a good flashback, especially if we get to, I don't know, because he's a force user and I want to know why. I just want to know why. I need the
He's Jod
backstory.
Nobody.
Jod Skywalker.
If he looks straight into that camera, like Jim Halpert straight into the camera, I'm Jod Skywalker.
Jod Skywalker.
I quit Star Wars altogether. I'm shutting down all
That would be
platforms.
that would be the most hilarious troll though from Crimson Jack, notorious pirates.
It would be that would be
Yeah.
a good thing for him because he knows who Luke Skywalker is.
Yeah, and I think those are all of the pictures you had for us. So I'll
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
sharing my
that was
screen
it.
now. This is my call for memes. So next week is a season finale, so it's gonna be the last post show discussion a recap crew, and I'd love to have some memes for it. I just can't find them anywhere. So if you can help me find memes, send them to either Will at Padawan Pops on Instagram or send them to me, Padawan Chronicles on Instagram. I want to have some memes for the season finale. So if you find
That would be
anything,
fun
even or if you make some memes, please feel free to make memes. We'll show them on next week's episode.
if they're
And
good.
if they're funny, we'll rank them from 1 to 10.
Andrea will
Um,
give it a 4. You better watch out.
no, I'm giving it a
It's
chance.
critical.
No, I, like I said, I just loved episodes 5 and 6 so much that this one just paled in comparison for me. Let me know in the live chat / in the comments if you also wanted to love today's episode, but just didn't, especially where it
Also,
ended. It
I
just
want to
felt,
interject.
mhm.
We hit 20 viewers. Like, make sure you're sub to Padawan Chronicles and my channel, and hit that like
Yes.
button, because like that's our
Yeah.
highest for this whole recap crew too. So
I know. I've been
that's
surprised
awesome.
for the worst episode of the season, in my opinion. But yeah, like Will said, please like and subscribe, and thank you for doing so. But yeah, not my favorite. Do you have anything else to add about episode 7? Or I'm gonna stop calling it episode 7. Do you have anything else to add about season 1 finale part 1?
I will say, what if, again, no flashbacks, nothing like that. What if we know everything we need to know going into this finale, and this story just kind of caps off its own little story and it stays as it is, and we just get to have like this one happy 8 episodes of Star Wars? That's kind of where I'm hoping this is going.
Okay, so you're hoping for no season 2.
Well, I think the directors have kind of already said that if they ever did one, there'd have to be a time jump, and there's a lot of like, I don't think they were planning on a season 2
Yeah,
from
I think
what they were saying.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, we'll see by the end of next week's episode if it can go anywhere else. Maybe Atten is over
Right.
as we know it, and we'll see. I guess we'll see. What do you think is happening with Jod next week?
Ooh, I don't think he makes it out. I think Jod has about 35 more minutes of shelf life for Star Wars.
You don't think he could appear in the Mando movie?
Oh, I don't think that he's gonna live out of the movie. You know how expensive Jude Law is to keep on retainer. Bob
Okay.
Iger is slashing funds left and right.
That's fair. I mean, they already got to pay Pedro Pascal,
Yeah.
so that's fair. Steve says, well, that's because I actually made it on time this time. Yes, thank you for being here. Yeah, kids don't stay kids very long.
That's deep.
Yeah, I know. Way to tail end the
Wow.
recap
Wow,
crew. I know.
Steve.
I'm gonna go think about that.
To go contemplate life.
Yeah, I know. Feeling so reflective at 10:29 p.m. But yeah, I don't have much more to say really. I think I'll rewatch it tomorrow, and then maybe I'll
Yeah.
enjoy it more on rewatch. I'll have to let you know. 'Cause sometimes that happens. Sometimes your expectations clash with what an episode turned out to be, and you can't enjoy it for what it is. But give it a day
Yeah.
or two, and you're like, oh, this actually wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Bag
Alrighty,
clips.
yes, bad clip time. So
I've been waiting 30 minutes.
this is why you're here. This is why we're all here. So I'm doing 2 bad clips today. I have 4 left, 2 of them today, 2 of them next week, and that'll be the end of our bad clip journey for these and/or bad clips. So do you want to pick one to go first?
I'll go with your left.
My left is this
Yes,
one.
that one.
Okay.
That's the one.
I always got to think about it so hard. Okay, I write with my right hand, so this is my left. All right, do you have any guesses? We still haven't gotten Marva or Cyril and Mon Mothma. Those are the 3 we are missing.
I'm pulling for Mon Mothma.
Okay, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with, honestly, I like Cyril, so I'd be happy with that. I'm excited to see Cyril in season 2 this April, right?
It's April 4th.
Yeah, we're almost there. It's crazy. Oh my gosh! Guess what?
What?
You were right.
Sweet. Wow.
So when Jedi Robbie watches this replay tomorrow, he won't have to unsubscribe. It's super cute too. I love it.
uh,
I loved Mon Mothma in Andor. I thought she was
yeah, I did
super
too.
great. She was awesome.
And
Okay.
Ahsoka.
Was she in Ahsoka?
She was, yeah, here and there.
You know, honestly, I do not remember that. I'm gonna have to rewatch Ahsoka now too. I just finished rewatching Kenobi, and I just finished rewatching Andor season 1 like a couple weeks ago, and now I gotta rewatch and not what shows? Oh, Ahsoka that you just mentioned. All right, which one are you guessing for this one? I'm
We're
gonna guess
going with.
Cyril.
I'm gonna say you get another Andor.
Okay, so you're saying a duplicate of
Dupe.
Cassian,
Yep.
and I'm gonna say it's Cyril. Kind of hope it is, or I don't know. I want one that I haven't gotten. Let's see. Oh no, it is a dupe.
Uh,
It's my second Vel.
eh.
So we did pretty good though, and there's 2 left. I'll open the last 2 next week. We could still potentially get Cyril and or Marva. We'll see.
Could happen. We'll be
Yeah.
pulling for it.
Yes. We'll we'll all be praying for it.
The anticipation for the 30 minutes leading up to the bag clips, I mean, you'll be able to just, feel it in the air.
Yes. If we get 15 likes on this video, I'm sure the last 2 bag clips will cooperate and come through for us. All right. Well, thank you so much, Will, for another episode of Recap
Oh,
Crew.
thank you. We will see you guys for the finale.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.